How's going, everyone? I'm going to show you how to build your game, but manually. So as you can see here, we can build manually or export the game for other platforms. So let's get back and choose manually. Here we can set the target. We want web, mobile or desktop. In this case I'm going to show you how to export the game with the Node.js and Electron builder. We are going to build our game. So now desktop, let's create a new folder. Oh, there is a game here. Okay, so we select the folder and just press package. Since this game has almost nothing, just a text and the game scene, nothing else, no extensions, no events, no anything. So now we have our game here. We have our main, our package, build resource and the game itself, but this can't run because we don't have an exe or an index or anything. So let's go to games igniter. I think I have the commands here. Okay. Whoa, this is pretty small now. So we need to prepare the environment. We can do this installing yarn or installing Node.js. Change file extension, no. Node.js. This is not Node.js, this one. The Node.js .org. So download, depending your system, you install this 64 or 32 depending on your system. When you install Node, then you can open a PowerShell or just CMD in Windows and open the command prompt wherever. The two of them are good for this purpose. So we have our game in our desktop. And if we look inside, we have the app, build resources, main.js, and package.js. So here inside the game folder we can do these commands. Okay, so as I have already installed Yarn, I'm not installing that piece of software right now, so just do this part. And the game is going to start to build. If you see these warnings, it's because the package.json doesn't have any license associated, but it's fine. It's just a warning. And if you are in Mac OS, you maybe want to check these warnings too. This is because of the ASR. It's because of this. The game itself, when GDevelop packaged that game, all of these files are going to be converted to a file .asr. So when this ends, that means we have all the node modules available here, and then we have our package, main, node, build resource, and app. We have to rename the build resource. Remember, if you press F2, you select the folder, press F2, and you can rename that folder, or just right click, rename, if this is available here. Rename, bah, I don't know, it doesn't appear right now. Just F2 and name the build resource to build. Okay, so now we can do this command, Electron builder build. And this is going to build the game itself. Package JSON has a build field, so the game start building. The destination is going to be a folder named dist. The platform is in this case Win32, architecture x64. The Electron version is 18.2.2, and here in this Win Unpacked is where the game is converted or exported or built, whatever. Okay, so as you can see here, the file name is going to be equal distribution installer example game setup 1.1.0.0.x. This name is because the project here has the game name, installer example game. So that's why the executable file is named like this, and the version is here. So it's easy for you to change here the version of the game, and when you build another version of the game, it's going to be named 0.1. Okay, so now when the builder finished, is going to create that dist distribution folder. Inside you are going to have an installer, auto installer. This runs the installer and launch the app, launch the game. And this one is just an unpacked, and here inside is the ASR folder. And if you run this, the game starts directly, not as an installed game, just a portable game. And all of this is because I made another application with Electron too. Let me show you. We are going to use this one. Let's call this game. Okay, so now I'm going to compress this into a zip. Okay, so now we have our game zip here. Let's move to the app. This is I have a previous tutorial, and in that tutorial I explain everything about this installer application. So here right now I have this game.zip, which is the game to be installed. If I go to the terminal and cd app intro npm start, this is the installer I created. It's just another Electron application, but with this installer you let the user to choose a folder, for instance these program files. So the game is going to be installed here. When I hit this install, the game is, as you can see here, is zipped. We unzip the game and install the game in that folder. When we hit play, the desktop program files, Alana, blah blah blah, is open for the user to launch the game itself. So now let's remove the Alana, and let's change this game.zip, sorry, and maybe let me change this to Spanish, so my keyboard is in Spanish. So now we come back to English. Okay, so now let's put our new game here, the game that we just create here in the distribution game.zip. So now move the game.zip here and inside the asset folder. This game.zip should be placed here in the assets because all of the logic inside here point to the game zip, which is inside the assets folder. So the only thing you need to do is to rename the game name to fit your game name. In this case, we are installing this one, installer example game, and that's it. Everything is done for you here, so you don't need to touch anything else. So now we have our game.zip here. We changed this name to fit the my new game name, and if we run the installer, of course we need to change maybe let me see here in the styles, the background image, which is here. Okay, so you need to change this image to fit your game too. I don't know how to revert the zoom. Yeah, with control. So you change that, and that is here. The image, the background image is here. If you want to change the background color, this doesn't have any sense since we have a background image which has this size to be cover all the window. So now if we run the installer, select the folder, I don't know, maybe program files or whatever, install, you see here the game unpacked, and then disappears because we unpack or maybe unzip this game here inside the assets folder, and then when the folder is created and all the game is unpacked, we use a function here inside our main where is the main window, render a preload package settings package. Sorry, I have a lot of files open. You go out, you can save it, you go out, and here. So here, when this command finished and the game.zip is unzipped, we move the game, the asset folder game, to the user destination. which in this case was desktop program files, and now here we have our game installed. And if we double click here, we have our game playing, and from here we can open that directory too. We can launch the application too. Maybe you want to hit play here and the game play directly, but I just wanted to keep it simple, just to be an installer, not a game launcher, just the installer part. So I choose a folder, and look at this. Right now the game exists, so maybe you launch an update which includes some minor fixes, so you don't the user to reinstall the game, the entire game. So you pack again your game, which version now is 1.01 or 1.02 or 1.1.0, I don't know the version. You pack again, export again the game manually to be a desktop inside game pack, and when this is done, you have your 1.1 game here again. Okay, and the main is going to be different. Here in some place should be not this main, sorry, this here, or maybe it wasn't updated. Yeah, here. So 1.1, then you repeat the process. As you can see, earlier we renamed this to build, and now is build resources again, because we export the game again with the new version. So now you can do these steps again. Maybe this one is not required because we already have the node modules, but this, yeah, we run this yarn Electron builder build, and this is going to build the 1.1 version of the game. When this is done, the executable file is going to have the name, installer game name, or installer example. I don't remember how to name this. Installer example game, and the version is going to be 1.1. Yeah. So now Let's get back to the desktop. Here we change this to another, or maybe 1.0.0, and here in the distribution folder we are going to have another win unpacked and another executable with the version 1.1.0. so let's change this to 1.0.0, these two, this we are going to rename to game, and we are going to ship this new game 1.1. When this is done, we can move this game here into the assets folder. So suppose the user already have your, this is 1.0.0 game, okay, but the user can select program files, select the folder, install, and the game in this case is 1.1, is going to replace the older game here. And when we launch this game, is going to be 1.1. We can check this really if we do something like this. ASR, we just rename this to app, and I think we can, no, because this is not convert to a directory. ASR, maybe zip. I didn't try this in Windows. No, this can't be done here. In the Mac OS or in a Linux system, you can rename this to app and navigate the contents, because that systems treat the app.asr as a folder, but in Windows that doesn't work like that. But it's okay, we have our new version installed, and this way you can do for the 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, any version of your game that you want to be downloaded by your customers, users. Okay, so that's are the basic steps to build your game manually. Remember, you need to install this in case you don't have yarn installed. You just come to this website. Well, first install your node depending on your OS. Then with the node installed, you can get the yarn to be installed. Let's check this. I already have installed yarn, but we have moved this to the first unit, so here we can just do npm install dash global yarn install, and yarn is going to be installed here. Well, a lot of errors. I think it's because already exist in my environment. So this is a one-time install. But executing this, if you have node installed, it should work for you. So that's it. Let's install our game again, just one more time. npm start. Let's select the program files, install, play, execute, and done. I'm going to upload this Electron app to a GitHub repo, so you can download there, and if you want to use it for your games, it's going to be available here. I think I named this what the fuck or something like that. Yeah, this is going to be the repo. Or maybe, I don't know if you can delete repos here. I don't know. Maybe I call this install game example to fit the name. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.